What's up, Armor Down? You ready to train? All right. Talk about armor. Let's talk about armor. So, I had a wonderful experience over the weekend where I was able to see my sister Julia and her new little baby Charlotte, and in the meantime, hung out with her other little one, this little boy named Wilder, who's about 18 months old. And I stayed over at their house, and they were asleep with the baby. It's a newborn, and so I had the chance to get up with Wilder at around 5 a.m. and keep him interested while the parents slept, and I just hung out with him. And so hanging out with Wilder, just being around this little sweet little boy, 18 months old, it was so great. And what it reminded me of was an experience I had when I was 10, and my little brother, this was in 1990, my little brother died in a freak drowning accident. And what I remember about that time is anger. I just remember anger. I remember thinking back, and I remember anger. Well, while I was with this little boy over Sunday morning, just hanging out and reading stories and all that kind of stuff, I just experienced all this sweetness, all this, love, all this cuteness, all this. Like, I just had this little vision of him in my head, these little legs and little belly, and he's just kind of like, mm-hmm. He's just pointing at stuff. And anyway, we came home from there, and I spent a lot of time trying to think around my memories of anger. So when I think back, 41 now, when I think back to when I was 10, I had 2 years of my life with Edward, my little brother, who died in the freak drowning accident. I think back and I think about all the stuff that we went through together. I mean, that's 2 years worth of memories. And mostly all I remember is the anger. So I don't remember, I don't think back to the other stuff. So the point I'm trying to make is, what if what if the armor you're carrying is, the thing that you're using to protect yourself from everything else? And so I think I'm interacting with the armor as anger, and if I can slowly armor down from that, and I can kind of look around it, I can see all the other stuff that was there. And so the anger itself is the armor. The anger is the thing that I'm focusing on. And that's also the thing that I'm aware of, as opposed to all this other stuff, this sweetness, this love, this connection that's there too. So anyway, that hit me, and I was like, okay. So I made an extra effort with my kids over the past couple days. So now over the past 48 hours, to really be sweet and to really be cute and cuddly and affectionate, and just kind of like really armor down, like really get into the sweet stuff, into the kisses and the hugs, into the giggles and all that, all that gooey stuff. And it takes a little work, right? It takes a little work, because there's a word that just popped in my head was a revulsion. Like, there's a revulsion to it. I understand that now, but it was kind of having to make that effort. So I'm going to put that out about armor. It shows up at every bell, like first bell, second bell, third bell, fourth bell. So first bell is the armor's the timelessness of the anger. So first bell is moving out of that into the present moment, right? So, okay, I've got all this memory. Let's move into the present moment. Really get into the present moment. Second bell is the body. So this stuff, the kind of the feeling of like, kind of a little bit of like a pull back from the closeness, the cuddles, the sweetness, the love, the affection. There's a little bit of pullback. So notice that in second bell. And then third bell is really just sitting into it, really breathing and settling into it, and letting all those feelings be there, not trying to stop them, just letting them be there, and just kind of letting them kind of spread out. You know, if you try to stop them, they'll hold, but just kind of let them spread out. And then fourth bell is that conscious effort to just open the heart and just really just kind of like really absorb and kind of get into that love, get into that just that sweetness, and just let the heart just open, right? So that's the practice. So anyway, let's practice. Reaching out with sound. Just zooming in on sound and then allowing sound to open. Layers of silence punctuated by sound. The consistency of silence, the fluctuation of the sound of the birds, emptiness of silence, the hum of the refrigerator. Sound at different layers. So sound close, surrounded by a layer of silence. Sound far away. Sounds to the left. Quiet to the right. Breaking down the sound experience into chunks. Chunks of sound here, silence here. Shifting to touch. Temperature of air on right forearm. Warmth of left palm. Fabric of clothing. Sensation of glasses on rim of nose. Shift to smell. Each pull of smell is like a packet of information that I'm kind of sifting through with my nose, looking for smell. Noticing congestion in the left side of the nostril. It's like 75% of the packet is just empty air. Then that last little bit of the packet of smell is, it's got that little hint of cardboard smell. Finally shifting to taste and mouth. Tip of tongue versus sides of tongue. Moisture in mouth. Let's go to bell 2. Let's go to ground. Just going to kind of move into the ground, really kind of press, bounce on the ground. Feet pushing down, legs pushing down, buttocks engaging, feeling the pressure of the ground. Settling in, studying pelvis. Pushing belly out, reaching back with the tailbone. Combining pelvis and core, pulling belly in, tucking tailbone. Noticing different pull. More pull, yep, Gary, there it is again for me. More pull on left side than right side. Left side of back in the tuck showing up. Right side less noticeable. Let's even that out. Reaching back with tailbone. Finding middle of tailbone or middle of pelvis, base of pelvis. Coming up core. Push belly out. Pull belly in. Noticing what's happening to the spine. Push belly out, pull belly in. Finding middle. Heart space. Noticing armpits, noticing inside of upper arms, pressing into outsides of torso, sides of torso, feeling heat in armpits. Listening to the movement of torso. Noticing movement of torso while breathing. Back left, shoulder blade, slight tension. Top of right shoulder blade, slight tension. Movement caused a little bit of a tingling, like goosebumps. Spread up into the jaw, noticing throat, noticing jaw. Noticing throat, noticing saliva in the back of the throat. Mucus a little bit. Notice the urge to want to clear my throat. Swallow. Swallow. Swallow a little bit more openness in the throat. Check jaw again. Come up to the face, top of the head. Play around with face. Eyebrows up. Eyebrows up, tongue, pull tongue back. So I'm going to go up with the eyebrows, back with the tongue. I'm going to go forward with the tongue, push the tongue towards the back of the front teeth, pull back with the lips. It's kind of a weird combination of movements. I'm going to go up with the eyebrows, back with the mouth. Pull the cheeks back, up with eyebrows. In pulling cheeks back, notice throat, notice muscles in throat. Relaxing face. When I did the pullback and then engagement in the throat, that tightened up things in my back. And then when I did a breath after that, I noticed kind of a popping in my back. Starting to feel a little bit of fatigue in the back. Do a little smile practice. So I'm going to practice smiling with my eyes. Just the eyes. I can feel gently the pulling back of my eyes, the eye muscles, to practice smiling with the eyes. Okay, I'm going to practice smiling with the cheeks. Practice smiling with the mouth. Let's do all three: eyes, cheeks, and mouth. Just eyes and mouth. It's a bit harder to do. All right, let's rest the face. Third bell. Connect the breath. Is that popping again just when I notice my breath? Heat. Heat of the breath on lips. Breath coming in nose. Pull of the breath, pull of the nostrils. Movement of hair in the nose. Expansion of breath into the belly. Edge of inhale. Slow exhale. Max out inhale. Exhale, open mouth. Feel the heat. Inhale, mouth. Feel the coolness of the air coming in. Exhale, push. Inhale, nose. Expand a little bit more. Expand a little bit more. Watch back of the neck. Drop chin. Inhale more. Inhale more. Let's push. Core pressure. Feel that pressure in the back of the neck. Inhale, mouth slow. Coolness. Exhale, push, this time from nose. Held back on the push, or else I'd notice snot would have been everywhere. Slow inhale, nose. Slow exhale, nose. Let's get real gentle with breath. And exhale. I'm going to visualize sweetness, cuddling, lovey-dovey, affection. Visualize. Now I'm just going to breathe in a way that I think would complement that type of engagement. Be quiet. Just a real gentle inhale and exhale, like almost like the breath disappears and all there is just the giving and receiving of love and affection. And shift the fourth bell. Focus on heart, sensation of heart, location of heart, movement of heart. There it is. Look for the ripple of each heartbeat. Allow the ripple of each beat to kind of travel throughout the soft tissue, softening, softening, softening. Engage gratitude practice. So grateful for the time spent with little Wilder, little Charlotte, visualizing their little faces, visualizing my sister with spit up in her hair, doing a great job. Visualizing Edward, visualizing my brother, visualizing the time I spent with him, seeing around the anger, seeing to the times we spent together, having a good time, visualizing holding the baby, visualizing following Wilder around his room, reading him books, visualizing my heart, seeing my heart like a sun rising, the warmth of love and gratitude expanding out, imagining the gratitude in my heart is something more than just in my imagination, seeing it as warmth, as heat, as goodwill expanding out, visualizing that expanse out of my chest into the room, visualizing gratitude expanding, 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 expanding as big as my house, offering my goodwill and gratitude to the world. Finishing up with 2 breaths. Thank you for practicing with me, Armor Down. Remember to take the practice with you. See you soon.